welcome back to the channel. Metal Mary Mac back with another video. This time it's a giveaway video, as you can probably tell by the thumbnail, and I'll explain this fucking thing in a minute. Fucking idiot, but there you go. Yeah, so this time it's a competition video, and this time we're doing it for Nathan on the Metal Down Under channel. Nathan, as I say, from New Zealand. He's been a good friend of mine on the VC now since day one practically. I've been lucky enough to receive a VCLT from Nathan, an amazing VCLT. If you haven't seen that video, worth checking out. I've sent him a few bits myself as well. Planning to send him another VCLT now in the new year, trying to get some stuff together for him, because he's a super guy. If you don't know his channel, you need to get onto it. He's a bit like myself. He likes a big broad range of metal. He's very heavily into his female fronted metal. Sent me an epic signed picture, which I have on my wall just behind where the camera is here, and I absolutely fucking adore it. And there is a mention of one of our female metal in one of his questions as well for his giveaway, which we'll get to as well. So yeah, so Nathan's a sound guy. Please get onto his channel and have a watch of his videos. He's a great knowledge of metal, and especially female fronted. Now he's coming up with some metal female fronted stuff I've never heard of. And it's going to be difficult to do that part of the question tonight, but I'm going to try. I'm going to show stuff I've showed before, so hopefully he might know them. I'm sure he does know them. He seems to know all the female metal stuff. But yeah, so he's reached 400 subs, man. Amazing. I know what it felt like to get to 400 subs. It's fucking fantastic, and I think he's well above that now. So it's fantastic for him, because he has a great channel and he's just a real sound guy. Sure, a lot of these are the beneficiaries of his VCLTs, if that's the proper word. He's sending out some amazing stuff he did last year. Fucking savage. You have to watch that video. Okay, so Nathan's 400 sub competition. 4 questions. So there's a couple of different ways of entering this competition. You could just put your answers in the comments. You could do a video and get 2 entries, but you could wear something fucking ridiculous like this, something goofy, or I don't know what way he described it, gimmicky, whatever, in the video. And because Nathan used to wear a pink wig on his early videos, so yeah, so seeing as it's the festive period, I decided to put on this fucking elf hat and look like a total bollocks. But yeah, it's a bit of fun, something different. So yeah, so if you're just switching on now and you see this, just I'm not gone insane or anything. Like, okay, so Nathan's first question. I haven't written these down. I have to try to remember this. Nathan's first question was, name a band that no matter how hard you've tried, you can't really get into. Now this was a tough enough one, but for me it was an obvious choice. Now this band, classic band of heavy metal, totally respect everything they've done. Lead singer's no longer with us. Well, most of the band, the original band's no longer with us. So I'm talking about Lemmy and Motorhead. I know a lot of you are big Motorhead fans, but I've tried and fucking tried over the years to get into Motorhead. I've never actually bought an album. The only album I possess of Motorhead, I bought this early this year, and I've only really recently opened it. I've just kept dodging it on the shelf because I can't get into them. They have some great songs that I do like, 1 or 2 of them on this, but apart from that, yeah, so I'm talking about Motorhead, classic band. Lemmy, like one of the most iconic figures, if not the most iconic figure in metal. But they're just not for me. I've tried and tried, but I can listen to a few Motorhead songs and I just find myself, I need to turn it off. Whatever it is. So like Kill by Death, I absolutely adore that song. It's probably my favourite song of theirs. And Ace of Spades is on this, and Motorhead, and Orgasmatron, Overkill. There was quite a few songs on this I'd never even heard, like Snaggletooth. I don't know what was going on with that. So yeah, unfortunately not for me, the Motorhead. I mean, there was a 3, this is the double vinyl, there was a 3 vinyl one out, but I'm glad I didn't buy it, because it was a good few quid extra and I wouldn't listen to it. So yeah, I'm going to keep this in my collection just because it's Motorhead, and you need to have some Motorhead in your collection, obviously, if you're collecting heavy metal records. I will listen to it every now and again, but I really can't get into Motorhead, unfortunately. They have such a big discography and I'd love to get into them, but yeah, ever since I was a kid, started listening to metal, I can't do Motorhead. So yeah, that's the first answer, Nathan. Unfortunately, I know a lot of you guys like Motorhead, but they're not for me, unfortunately. Okay, rolling on to question 2. Ding ding, there's no bell, shit. Okay, question 2 is name a band that you used to like and you're no longer into. Now for me, this was an obvious one because I have a few vinyls in my collection, and I haven't listened to them in donkeys and have no intentions to listen to them. They released a new album, I think could have been this year. I heard stuff from it, and it's just, for me, it's just the same boring old stuff. I'm not saying they're a bad band, but they're definitely not a band I like anymore. So as I say, I do have a few of the vinyl. Sorry, I'm talking about Amon Amarth. Now I do have some of their, a couple of their older stuff. So that's Versus the World, Amon Amarth. Deceiver of the Gods, I absolutely love that cover on that. So I had a lot more of their stuff, but I just ended up giving it away, or I don't think I sold it. I probably just gave it away. And then I had the album before last. I don't know what year this was, 2019, Berserker. A couple of good tracks on it. But yeah, I used to be really into Amon Amarth. Bought Amon Amarth fucking t-shirts and everything, like, you know, I was big into them, but I don't like them anymore. I think they're boring. There's a lot more better bands in that genre. Early stuff was like melodic death metal, and there's a lot better bands, even in the Viking realm of metal. There's a lot better bands as well. I just find them very stale sounding, boring, unfortunately. So yeah, I will be getting rid of them out of my collection. I'll pop them into somebody's VCLT or that, because there's not a hope in hell I'm ever going to listen to them again, unfortunately. As I say, I'm not saying they're a bad band, but I no longer like them. I used to like them, but I was getting into that sort of Viking folky metal scene, but I found a lot better bands in it, so they're not for me. This fucking hat's falling off. Thank God. Okay, sorry, that's question 2, Nathan. Now question 3 was the female fronted or female band with female members in it. Now there's a lot of stuff I do listen to, like Epica and Nightwish, which I've seen there the night before last, which was fucking awesome. I love Arch Enemy, the new album was great. There is a few bands that I know Nathan does listen to that I listen to myself, so I didn't name them, so I'm just going to try these 2 CDs that I have. I don't know if you know them. You probably do. If you do, fair enough. That's cool. And I haven't got my notes on these 2 CDs, believe it or not. So the first band I picked was a Dutch symphonic band. Well, they used to be symphonic band. They were on this first album. I did show this on the VC, could have been a year or 2 ago at this stage, I hope. So just to kind of refresh your memory of it. So this is Nemesis. I think that's how you pronounce it. I hope you can see that. And this is their debut album called Mana. So these are Dutch symphonic. I think the lead singer was Manda on this. I'm not sure if she's still in the band now. It's in the player, actually. That's what we're listening in the background at the moment. But very good. This was really symphonic stuff that were often compared to After Forever with Floor Jansen. Obviously Mark Jansen, brilliant band. But yeah, but I think In Control was the album after this, and they went very rocky. They became a kind of a sort of heavy metal rock band, which is very good. In Control is a really good album if you haven't heard it, Nathan. It's worth checking out. So I think that's Manda, the vocalist there. She's a fantastic vocalist. You'd really appreciate her, I think. Manda Ophius or something like that. But yeah, so that's Nemesis, Mana. Threefold Law was the first song I heard of this. The first song on the album after the intro, Threefold Law. It's worth checking out if you haven't heard them. But knowing you, Nathan, with female metal fans, you fucking know them all. I probably know them all personally. Okay, next up, I think these guys are from Peru or Argentina. I did notes, but they're over there. I'm not going over to get them. So this was a band I picked up on, I did show this as well, obviously, before. This is a band I picked up on eBay. Just flipping through eBay for cheap CDs. Come across this one. It's called Waves of Steel. Very cool cover. And so yeah, so this is just heavy metal with a female vocalist. Her name is Fatima something, long name, can't read it. That's not her name, long name, but I can't read it. So Fatima, very good singer. This is just straight up 80s sounding, new wave of traditional heavy metal, we'll say. So so they're called Mandragora, Waves of Steel. I enjoyed this. It was decent. It was only a couple of euros on eBay. So that's the CD. I don't know what label it's on. It could be one, could be self-produced or something, but it's decent. If you don't have it and you haven't heard it and you can't find it, I'll send it in your VCLT to you. Same with Nemesis as well, because it's not bad. I know you're into chicks, but yeah. So yeah, that's Mandragora. There's a lot of bands called Mandragora, so make sure you get the right one. I think there's a melodic death metal band, and there's an English person called Mandragora, as far as I know. Okay, waffle. Fourth question. This was a very easy one to answer. Christmas time, ding ding. Name an album that you would love to find under the Christmas tree at Christmas, obviously. So yeah, easy choice for me, these 2. I picked 2 albums actually because I'd love to see either of them. Now, there were grails for me. The obvious choice, if we had done this last year, it would have been Violence Eternal Nightmare, but as we all got the reissue of that, I'm pretty content with that. But 2 Trash Classics I really want in my collection on vinyl. I have one on cassette and I have one on CD at the moment till I get them. So first one is Exodus Bonded by Blood. Favorite Exodus album. Fucking beast of an album, as you know. Absolutely fucking love this. I would love this on vinyl. I'd pay good money for it on vinyl. It depends what you mean by good money. But yeah, I really want Exodus Bonded by Blood. And I also want, I don't even have this in CD at the moment. I don't know why I didn't bother. I have it in cassette, so that's Anthrax, Among the Living. It's my favourite Anthrax album. I'm showing you that, but yeah, if I get these under the Christmas tree, it'll be a fucking miracle. Never mind the miracle of Christ, it'd be a fucking miracle. I'd love to do these. So, that's it. Hope that wasn't too long. Probably was. A lot of talking, but yeah, that's it, guys. That's my video. Nathan, congratulations, brother. I know you're well over the 400 now. Totally deserve it. Looking forward to your 500 competition. Like I said, folks, get onto Nathan's channel and watch his videos. You really enjoy it, and he's a really good character, and he's a fucking gent too. So that's it. Hope that hat qualifies for looking fucking stupid, because it feels stupid. But that's it, Nathan. Everybody, have a good weekend. Thanks all for watching this. Make sure you get onto the link and enter Nathan's competition as well. I'll see you all soon for an update. Cheers. All the best.